It's Chris Watkin back again with Gayle Audley, who is a wonderful estate agency coach. Gayle, why do estate and letting agents always complain they have no time? Talk to me.
I hear this all the time, and I'm going to say one word. Can I swear?
You can say whatever you like.
Bollocks.
Technical term. Is that a technical
That's
Yorkshire
a technical term, bollocks, yeah. I don't buy it. I appreciate that we've had a really busy market the last few months, but...
Last few years.
Last few years, yeah, but particularly the last
We're
few
filming
months.
this in autumn 22, by the way.
Yeah. But no, I don't buy the more time. Agents need to be better at prioritising and planning. And making time.
Yeah, the amount of people that said I haven't got time to do a video, and the amount of times I've whipped a video, my phone out, press record.
Correct.
It's a lack of priority, isn't it?
And it's a lack of execution of, we can all think of these things in our head, but then it's actually the doing. And to me, that is one of the things in estate agency that I think some agents don't get right. They'll think things in their head, but then they won't actually follow through with the plan. So you've got to execute your plan, haven't you, to be good?
So you've got to plan it, do it, and then afterwards, I'm assuming, review it.
Yeah,
the classic plan, do, and review.
I like it. Yeah, you might have some in there.
There you go. Okay, so if I was, say, a traditional estate agency boss, and I was saying I haven't got time to train my staff or do this, and you would literally, let's just say, we were in a lift for 2 or 3 minutes, and you'd never see me again, what advice would you give to me? What help? I know you're not going to sort me out full time, but in that lift, what would you tell me?
Well, I think you're telling yourself the wrong story. I think it's you are what you become, what you think, aren't you? Almost with your thoughts. Yeah. If you think you haven't got enough time, you won't have enough time. So just reframe how you're talking to yourself in your head, because you can make time. But if you say, "No, I'm busy," and one of the things that gets me a little bit is people who say that they're stressed. Because if you're stressed, to me, that is really serious. Stress is a really important, serious thing. Are you stressed or are you just busy? And there's a difference between being stressed and being busy. And I think some agents say that they're stressed and they haven't got enough time, when actually they're busy, which is a good thing to have, isn't it? So reframe what you're saying.
So is that coming down to delegating or, some people, I'm not a coach, but I say to people, look at what jobs you're doing and allocate them, whether you're doing £10 an hour job, £100 an hour, or £1,000 an hour jobs. And you'll be amazed, especially letting agents. They don't like to let go, do they?
No. Well, it's a control thing, isn't it? They think that they can do it better.
Perfectionism.
Yeah, but the issue then is you're not developing your staff. So, and by holding on to everything as a leader and a manager, it's almost sending out a subconscious message that you don't trust your staff. So you're not building organisational capability, are you, if you just hold on to everything as a leader and a manager?
So how do you let go? How do you trust your team? How do you let them fail? How do you, to enable yourself to work? The classic, we all say it, on the business, not in the business.
We do. Well, you've got to train them. So you've got to spend the time training them. You've got to give them constructive feedback. And then you've just got to let go and don't meddle. Because what I found is some managers, they will delegate, but then they're sort of chipping in all the time. And then you're not allowing your staff to sort of develop, are you?
Make mistakes.
Correct, yeah. And actually, do you know what? If you delegate, you might learn something new, because they might do it better than you could do it. But perhaps a lot of agents don't want to admit that, because they think as the boss that they should be the top dog. But actually, you might have an agent who might have a way of doing something and getting from A to B that's better than what you could do. But give them a go, let go. But all the time agents say to me that they struggle with delegation. That is probably one of the things I hear a lot. And it's because they're holding on to it.
As in the Frozen song, Let It Go.
Let it go? Yeah, I won't start singing. You will definitely have no viewers.
But is it just an easier case of just letting go? Is there any skills set?
Stop making it complicated. Why do agents make it complicated? If you train your staff and give them feedback and then let them have a go and let go, why make it more difficult?
But I might lose that listing.
No, you might win it, and you might win many more. And once the thing is, once staff start to see that they can do things and that they're getting good results, that will breed confidence in them and they'll become more confident, won't they?
So potentially by losing one, you might gain more in the future.
Yes, yeah.
Playing the long game.
Yeah, that's what we're doing, isn't it? Yeah.
But most estate agents think long game is the length of their pipeline.
Well, it depends how long you want to be in business, though, doesn't it?
Of course it does.
Because otherwise, you know, if you want to build your business, whether that is from a geographical area or with people, you've got to have some training program in place, and you've got to be able to delegate and let go. Just do it.
Thank you for your time today.
You're welcome. Thank you, Chris.
It's Chris Watkin back again with the awesome Gayle Audley, who is an estate agency coach, and she's here to talk about not underestimating the power of a mentor in a estate agency. What do you mean by that, Gayle?
Well, going back when I worked for Hunters,
Yes.
estate agents, I was their training manager several years ago, and Glynis Frew was my boss at the time.
Love Glynis.
Sort of
Hi,
like-
Glynis, if you're watching.
She was my mentor. And even now, so this is what, 15, 16 years later, sometimes something will happen in the estate agency world, and in my head I will think, what will Glynis do? So her impact on me has lasted longer than those 2 or 3 minutes, if you like, that she was giving me some feedback at the time. It's lasted longer.
So she was your boss, but she was also your mentor as well.
Yeah.
She took you into your wing.
Yeah.
She saw a mini Glynis in you.
I don't think I'd ever reach those dizzy heights, but yeah, she was great. You know, so for example, when I started running training courses, I don't know if you know, I'm a tennis coach, that's my background. So when Glynis, she believed in me, I think that was the thing, and that was the big thing. She gave me the belief in myself and the confidence. I hadn't run any training courses for estate agents. I'd just run training courses for tennis players.
And had you come into a estate agency after tennis then, or?
Running alongside, really. I've played tennis since I was 11, and I've been a coach since my late teens, and I still teach now. But when Glynis asked me to sort of run some training courses, I didn't really know how to run a training course, so I ran it like I was running a topspin forehand lesson. You know, and you think, well, you're going to hopefully entertain people, but inform and educate them. And again, the importance of follow-up. But from a mentor's point of view, what Glynis did, she believed in me and gave me feedback so I could be better.
Now, it's interesting. I've had bosses in the past who have not been I've had bosses, and I've also had bosses who have almost subconsciously have mentored me. I don't think we've actually gone out to say I mean, I know there's formal mentoring, and we'll come on to agents together in a minute.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of responsibility, isn't there?
Hell of a lot of responsibility, yeah. And I think sometimes you need to think as an industry professional who might be looking up to you, and you don't even know that. So how you walk into a room, how you carry yourself, your behaviours. So your behaviours are what you see, what you do, and what you say, aren't they? So it's your external representation of who you are. You know, never underestimate the power of that, of those behaviours. So even if you don't actually speak to somebody, and I say this on my training courses all the time, you know, you could influence and persuade somebody, because that's really what we're looking to do as leaders and managers, aren't we? We're looking to influence and persuade staff to behave in a certain way. And you can do that just literally by your body language, by how you carry yourself, by what you do. And I think that's what Glynis did really, really well. When she was in the building, we all knew about it. I think we're a bit scared of her, actually. Yeah. So.
On a more formal basis, you're involved with the Agents Together Charitable Foundation as a mentor. What do you get out of mentoring someone?
Absolutely loads. When you're talking to somebody and you're discussing issues with them, it really makes you think about yourself. And I always say it's like holding a mirror up to yourself. And often when you're talking, you're thinking, well, am I walking the talk? Am I, you know, I'm giving this person some advice. Hopefully it's the right advice. But then am I doing it as well? Because if you're not, then you're a phony, aren't you? You're a fake. So you've got to be, you've got to be able to walk the talk yourself, haven't you? So I think it makes you a better agent because you're thinking about things.
Would you recommend any established estate agent to become a mentor?
Oh, absolutely, 100%. Yeah, I all the time I promote agents together when I'm out there because not only are you helping and giving back to the industry, but it gives you a chance to say reflect on yourself because you're always learning, aren't you?
It's a win-win, isn't it? Not
Completely.
only are you helping another human being, which just happens to be an agent with your advice and opinion and your wisdom, you're actually helping yourself. I actually get more out of it myself being a mentor.
Yeah, I do. And I think, oh gosh, you know, I perhaps didn't do that when I was in that position, or this is what I would do. So, yeah, at the end of the day, it's supposed to be about lifelong learning, isn't it? Nobody's a finished article. We're living in a, you know, when I started in a estate agency back in the late 80s, you know, it was a very different marketplace to what it is now. So you've got, you can't rest on your laurels, can you?
What would your message be to any young estate agent thinking, do I take up mentorship with agents together?
Don't even think, just go for it. Absolutely. It is a win-win. There's no even hesitation.
There's no cost.
No.
No cost. There's no commitment. There's no catch.
Yeah.
I mean, the commitment is you're going to take a call once a month
Yeah.
for 6 months, or then many mentors do it once a week, once a fortnight, whatever you agree. There's no cost. There's no catch. And you've got someone from the industry that can guide and support you to be a better agent and a happier agent.
Why would you not want to do it? It's such an amazing resource. The fact that Agents Together was set up, I do try and promote it all the time because I believe in it. And people that I've mentored, and also people that you meet on training courses or when I'm, working with an agent, they say, "Oh, I was mentored," and everybody speaks so highly of it. So just do it.
Just to confirm, if you are interested in being a mentor or a mentee, there are details above or below the video, depending on where you're seeing this, which social media platform or YouTube. There'll be links there, and we'll find out a bit more. But as I said, I'm happy to be involved with Agents Together, and I think it's a wonderful thing to give back, and also it helps me as well as a mentor as well.
100%. Just do it. Don't even think about it. Yeah.
And thank you on behalf of the charitable foundation Agents Together for what you do and flying the flag for us.
You're very welcome.
Thank you, Gayle.
It's a pleasure.